Section 2.2 Circles. Circle radius form. By definition, a circle is the set of all points in a plane that lie a given distance from a given point. The given distance is the radius of the circle, and the given point is the center. Okay, circle. I do have the given points here, and we call this is gonna be the center. And then around this point, I do have a circle like this. From the center to the side of the circle, we call this is gonna be my radius. Okay, radius will be the distance from the center to the side of the circle. So here is also radius. Here is gonna be the radius. We do have the circle with the center h and k. This is the order pair, and the radius r has the equation. I need you guys remember this equation. X minus h squared plus y minus k squared equal to r squared. And then we have the center, h and k. Okay, so this is going to be h and k. This is going to be the order pair. And then we have the radius equal to r. Okay, this is r squared. Okay, when we look at it, we're going to square root of this number. That will be your radius r. And we have another equation called center radius form of the equation of the circle. This is talking about when the circle with the center in the origin, 0, 0, and radius r has an equation. If this is my y-axis, x-axis, I do have the circle. Center is in the origin. Okay, in the origin means 0, 0. And then let's say I have the radius equal to r. Then my circle is gonna be looks like this. Okay, I can draw a really good circle. Okay, center will be in the origin, and then from the center to the side, that will be my radius r. And just think about it. This is the equation of the circle. When the center h and k is 0, 0, I plug in here. I'm gonna get another equation, x squared plus y squared equal to r squared. When you look at the equation, we have only x squared and y squared. That means our center is gonna be in the origin. Example 1. Find the center radius form of the equation of each circle described. So we do have the center here, and then we know radius is gonna be equal to 5. So first, we write it down the center radius form. We have a x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equal to r squared. And then our center will be hk. Okay, so h equal to 3, k equal to negative 4. And then my radius, which is going to be your r, equal to 5. So let's plug into this equation. I'm going to put the parenthesis here because k is a negative number. Okay, we simplify a little bit. So x minus 3 squared plus y, negative, negative become positive. So y plus 4 squared equal to 5 times 5, which is going to be 25. Okay, B, center at 0, 0. This one is a lot easier, right? Put in 0, 0 to the h and the k. And then radius is going to be equal to 3. So 3 squared here. So x squared plus y squared equal to 9. Okay, right? If I give you guys the center and the radius, you should be able to write down the equation of the circle. Okay, how about this one? I want you guys to graph this circle. So first, think about it. What is your center and what is your radius? So I write down the general equation here, and then I'm gonna compare for it. So obviously h that will be equal to 1, okay? H equal to 1. And then the k here, watch out, that's a negative k equal to positive 2. That means k is equal to negative 2. And then r squared equal to 9. And then we're going to take the square root for both sides. When you take the square root for both sides, make sure you add plus and minus here. Okay, but think about it. The radius will be the distance, right? Can the distance be negative? No. So we only reject the negative answer. We only have the positive one. So r equal to positive 3. Okay, so we have the center 1, negative 2, and radius 3. So try to graph this circle on your graph paper. So x equal to 1, y equal to negative 2, and then radius is going to be 3. So you're going to count 1, 2, 3 unit. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3 here. Okay, so you should have 4 points, and then you're going to join it together to make a circle. Okay, try this one. Write it down. What is your center? What is the radius? And then graph the equation of the circle. So first, we're going to find out what is your radius. So r squared equal to 4. Take the square root for both sides. So r is going to be equal to positive 2. And the center, that will be equal to 0, 0, right? That's on the origin. So sketch here. So radius is going to be 2. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and 1, 2 here. So join these 4 points together to make a circle. Okay, general form of the equation of the circle. For some real numbers c, d, and e, the equation have x squared plus y squared plus dx plus ey plus f equal to 0. Can have a graph that is a circle or a point, or is non-existent. Actually, this equation is exactly equal to this guy. Okay, we just like digit build it. We're gonna do x minus h squared. We break it down, so we have x squared minus 2xh plus h squared. Same idea for this guy. And then we're gonna combine the 9 terms to make this general form of the equation. So actually, we could rewrite this general form of the equation to the center radius form. We could apply the completing square method. Let's look at the general form of the equation of this circle. We're going to consider there are 3 possibilities for the graph based on the value of the c. Okay, this is a c, which is going to be your r squared. First, if c greater than 0, okay, so r squared equal to c, and c is going to be greater than 0, then the graph of the equation is a circle with the radius, just like this example, right? When r is greater than 0. Second one, when c equal to 0, then the graph of the equation is the single point, okay? This guy equal to 0, I still have the center, but think about it. When the distance or the radius equal to 0, then your circle, that will be looks like a point, okay? Just like this. Okay, 1 point for the center, that's r equal to 0. That's no radius, so r equal to 0. Number 3, if c is strictly less than the 0, then no points satisfy the equation and the graph is non-existent. Think about it, when the distance is a negative number, we won't be able to draw the circle, right? So we're gonna say the graph is non-existent. Look at this example. So that x squared plus 4x plus y squared minus 8y minus 44 equal to 0 has a circle, has its graph. Find the center and the radius. So this is gonna be the general form, right? We want to revise it to the center radius form. Let's do this together. So I have a x squared plus 4x. We're gonna put this guy together. Plus y squared minus xy. And then we're gonna move the constant to another side. So we're gonna add 44 for both sides. So that will be equal to 44. Okay, now remember computing square method, x squared plus 4x. We're gonna add this guy. We're gonna add b over 2 and square. Okay, this is your b over 2 square. Okay, on the right hand side, we're gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna put the same color. 4 over 2 square. When you add something on the left hand side, you're gonna do the same thing on the right hand side. And then plus y squared minus xy. Okay, so my negative x, that will be my b again. So I'm gonna add x over 2 square. Same idea, we're gonna do the same thing on the right hand side. Okay, remember the check for the computing square method. We're gonna have x plus only 4 over 2. Okay, we're gonna write it down here. So x plus 4 over 2, which is gonna be 2, and then cos parentheses square. Okay, then another one plus same thing, y minus 8 over 2. So put it here, y minus 8 over 2, which is gonna be 4 square. Okay, right? So here, we're gonna take care of the constant. 44 plus 4 divided by 2, which is gonna be 2. 2 times 2, which is gonna be 4 here. 8 divided by 2, which is 4. 4 times 4, that will be 16. So now, I do have the center radius form of the circle. That will be 20, so 64. Okay, find out the center. This is a positive, right? It's supposed to be x minus h. So h is going to be negative 2. Y minus 4, so k is going to be equal to 4. And then radius, that will be square root of 64, which is going to be equal to 8. Okay, when you have the standard form of the equation of the circle, if you want to rewrite it to the center radius form, you need to apply the computing square method. Okay, take a look. First, we're going to put the constant to another side, and then we're going to group the x together, group the y together. And then we're going to add b over 2. Whatever you have this guy, that's your b. So 4 over 2 square, 4 over 2 square. This one, that will be your b. You're supposed to put the negative here, but since the square will make the negative goes away, so sometimes we just ignore it here. Okay, then you factor out this guy, you're gonna get x plus 2 square. Okay, they did one more step here. Okay, 4 divided by 2 is 2. 2 square is gonna be equal to 4. So they just factor out this guy. So that will be x plus 2 square. And this is going to be y minus 4 and then square. Okay, same thing. Now, center and radius. And also, they want to know if this is a circle. And this time, my c, that is greater than 0. So the graph is a circle. We do have the center and the radius. Okay. Okay, another example. One more time. First, you want to group the x and y together and put the constant to another side. And also remind yourself, computing square method, the coefficient of the x squared or the y squared has to be positive 1. When you have another number, you need to get it out. Okay, I show you the first step. So I do have a 2x squared and 2y squared here. I'm going to divide it by 2 for the whole equation. Okay, now you're going to group the x together and the y together. Okay, think about it, what you're going to add for both sides. So this one, your b is equal to 1. So you're going to add 1/2 square for both sides. And this one, your b is equal to 3. So you're going to add 3/2 square for both sides. Okay, factor out. You're going to get x plus 1/2 square, y minus 3/2 square. And then this one, 1/2 times 1/2, which is going to be 1/4. 3/2 times 3/2, which is going to be 9/4. So they do have the same denominator. You could add it up on the top. Okay, simplify 100 divided by 4. You're going to get 25. So the c equal to 25, which is greater than 0. So this is a circle, right? And then we have the center, negative 1/2 and positive 3/2. Radius will be equal to 5. Okay, this one. So this is the equation. Is either a point or is non-existent. Which is it? So you want to prove it, find out what's your C. Okay, now we're going to move the constant to the right hand side. And then this is going to be your B, so you're going to add 6/2 square here and 2/2 square here. Whatever you add on your left hand side, you're going to do the same thing on the right hand side here. Now we're going to factor out, so x minus 3 square. And this is going to be y plus 1 square. Okay, now on the right hand side, that will be negative 12 plus 3 times 3, negative 12 plus 9, and then plus 1. So which is going to be negative 2. Okay, when your C is less than 0, means that's a no radius, right? Radius cannot be negative. So we're going to say the graph of this equation is non-existent. That's it.